Yeah, in the last session we discussed about aliases, how to create aliases, how to create variables, user variables, system variables and all. Okay, so we have some system variables like shell, path. So these are some system variables, how to see the content of variable. Next, how to create user variable, how to assign values to these variables. Okay, what are the variable naming rules? So these are all we discussed in the last session. In this session, in this new chapter, we are going to discuss about filters. Okay, so this topic is filters. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about some filter commands. What is a filter? Why do we call it as a filter? And what are different commands, filter commands in Unix operating system? So that we are going to see. So before starting with the commands, we'll see what is filter. See, generally you will input some data. You will input some data to the computer using your standard input device. So this input can be some data or it can be a file, right? So you will input some data to the system. So here between the computer, let me show you some diagrammatically. See, this is your input device, assume that, and this is your screen or monitor. So this is the output device, right? And here is, this is your input device. So here you can input data. You can input data to this computer, and whatever is inputted, after doing some process, it will be displayed, right? So here in between this, you can use some filters to filter your input. Okay, so these filters, okay, so you can use, you are going to use any command, so filter commands. So using these filter commands or any filter command that gets its input from the standard input device or stream, manipulates the input and then send the result to the standard output device. Okay, so whatever the data or whatever the file is inputted to your system, okay, so this filter will take this input and do some manipulations on this data, like suppose if you are using some cut command, it will apply some cut, it will cut the text and it will get the required text from the file or input. Okay, so this is one kind of filtering the data. Suppose using more command, so more will display the file content screen wise, page wise. Okay, so here you are filtering some data, instead of displaying the whole file at a time. You are filtering like first screen, next screen. If you want to quit, then quit by pressing Q. Okay, so we'll discuss about this command. Already we discussed something about this command and we'll see more. Fine. So that is nothing but filter. So a filter command will take input from the standard input device, okay, or input stream, and do some manipulations on this input and send it to the output. Okay, fine. So these are the some filter commands that we are going to discuss. More command, cat command, cmp, comm, cut command, okay, tail command, tier, okay, translate command, uniq, wc, and we have some other filter commands that we'll discuss in the subsequent sessions. Grep, sed, awk. So these three are some utilities, okay, that we will see in the subsequent sessions. Fine, we'll start with this more command. Okay, so here more is a filter command. It will take the input and filters as per the given command. Okay, so we'll see with example. So before that, let me open this. Today I didn't open this. Okay, it takes some time. Yeah, I'm going to power on this virtual machine which contains Ubuntu operating system. The resources. Yeah, we'll wait for some time. So let's see what is the difference between filter and pipe. It uses lot of resources. Might be you'll get some disturbance. That is the reason every time I try to open this before the session. Okay, so what is the difference between filters and pipes? Now I think it will be clear. What is the difference between filters and pipes? Generally, filters works with pipes. What is a pipe? So it will send the first command output as input to the next command. Suppose there are some two commands, cmd1. So this is command 1, and here you are using pipe symbol, and this is command 2. Okay, so this first command output will be sent to second command input. So this will be the input of second command. This will be the input of second command. Okay, so here this command 1 can be a filter command. So these filters works with pipes. So here whatever the output of this filter command, this will be sent to the next one as input. Okay, so we can say that filters works with pipes generally. Okay, you are using some more command. We'll see one example. Suppose more. This is one filter command. Say ls minus lrt. Okay, here I am using pipe. So assume that your current directory contains some thousands of files. If you say ls minus lrt, it will display all the list of files and directories in your present directory, and you can able to see only the last few lines of the output, right? So here we are using more command. So instead of displaying the whole or complete output at a time, here this more command, the output of this ls minus lrt command will send to, instead of sending it to the output, so first it will send to the more command. This more command will display one screen at a time, so first it will display the first list of output, first page, then it will pass. Bottom you can see more. When you press spacebar, it will display the second page. Okay, so page by page output. Here in this case you will get page by page output. Okay, so here we are using filter as well as pipes. So this is the filter command and this is the pipe we are using. So mostly filters works with pipes. Okay, fine. We'll start and we'll see some examples on these. I'm opening the terminal. We'll change to our working directory, that is CSR. See what is there in this directory. Some files and directories are there. Let me check this. Here there is a file concat.txt, right? Let me check what is there in this file. Yeah, some output is there. I'll try to find, yes, we'll take this file. Okay. Yeah, see, here there is a file. Let me close this one. Yes. Yeah, now the screen is cleared. I'm trying to display the file content, that is d.txt. Okay, the content of this file is more than the screen size, Now if you press enter, the file content will be displayed onto the screen, but you can able to see only this last few lines of this file. Okay, so this is the ending of the file, so you can able to see only last few lines of the output of this file. If you want to see the previous lines, then what you need to do, you need to scroll up to see the file completely, or right from the beginning of the file. See, go up, keep on going till you get the beginning of the file. Okay. Yes. See here I used this cat command. This is the beginning line of this file. And you could able to see only the last few lines of the code, last few lines of the file. Okay, fine. The same file, let me clear the screen. Here cat, I am saying d.txt pipe symbol, we are sending the output to another command, that is more command. Here we are using more command. So it will display the output page wise or screen wise. Press enter. See here, this is the beginning line of the file we have seen, right? Here it is displaying only first 24 lines of the file content. Then bottom, see here, more. When you press spacebar, it will display next page or next screen. Now see here, this is the second page of this file. Now if you press any key, I mean spacebar, it will show you next screen. So here the output will be screen by screen, that is nothing but page by page. Okay, if you want to quit from this, then you can press Q, it will quit. Okay, suppose if you use cat command, what it will do, it will display the output, complete output, and you could able to see only last few lines of the output. To see the file completely, you need to scroll the page up, you need to scroll the screen up. Instead of that, you can see the file content screen by screen or page by page. Okay, using the more command. So instead of cat, you can also use more space file name d.txt. Press enter. It will display the first page. See here, it is displaying the first page or screen. So this is the first screen. If you want to double check on this one, just scroll up a little bit. See here, more command. Here I used the more command, right? So this is the first line of the file content. So here it will display first screen. Then when you press space bar, it will display the next screen, means next page information in the file. Like this, you can keep on displaying the information screen wise. Okay, when it finishes the task, you will get the command prompt, or in the middle of the output you can quit by pressing Q. Okay, so that is more command. You can use it with some pipes as well, like what the example we have seen, cat d.txt, pipe more. Okay, see here, if I use not only with the cat, you can use it with any other command which is displaying the output more than the screen size. Like suppose see here, in this case I have few files and directories. Suppose if I say find, I am trying to display the files right from the root directory. Okay, see here, find space your directory name, that is root directory, space I am specifying that only the type is F, that is nothing but files. Now press enter. See here, I am not using the more command. Okay, just without using more command, I am going to check this command. See the output, it keeps on displaying. Are you able to read this information? No, we can't read this information, we can't see. Okay, now I am terminating this task forcibly by pressing Ctrl C. Press Ctrl C to stop this one. Okay, fine. Now see the same command, but I am using pipe more. Pipe more. Now see the output. It will display first page. Whatever the output comes from this find command, the output will be sent to the more command. The more will display it screen wise. First screen, second screen, third, and it keep on displaying the information till the end of the output. When it reaches end, then it will display the command prompt. Otherwise, in the middle of the output, you can quit from this output by pressing Q. Okay, see, I am pressing spacebar, it is going to display the next page. Here I can able to read this information. I can able to read the list of files present in this lib directory. Again there is subdirectory x tables. Again there is a, in this directory there is a file. I can see this output. Okay, otherwise what you need to do, you have to scroll up, right? So instead of this, you can use more command. So whenever there is output, the output is more than the screen size, then to display screen by screen, you can use more command. You can combine this with any other command. Okay, 1 minute. You can display the output screen by screen. Okay, fine. So this is more command. Already we discussed about this command. Next, we'll check with concatenating files. Okay, so we discussed more about this cat command. Like cat command is used to display the file content. Okay, so there is one file. If you want to display the content of this file, you can use cat command. So cat command will display the file content at a time. The whole file content will be displayed at a time. Okay, so if the file has some 10 pages or 20 pages, you can able to see only the last page. Okay, fine. This cat command not only used to display the file content, it is also used to create files, concatenate the file content. Okay, so we'll see how to concatenate files. Okay, so this cat command is used to concatenate one or more files as a single file or a single output. We'll see how to do this. See, there is a file sample1.txt, another file test.txt. We'll see what is there in this file. See, this file is having this information and I am trying to display what is there in this. Okay, yes. See, this is the file content. Using cat command, I can concatenate these two files, test.txt space second file samp1.txt. Now press enter, see the output. These two files are concatenated and displayed the output onto the screen. So this first line is the first file output and second line is the second file output. Clear? The second file output is file content is this one, right? So these two are concatenated. See here, these two are concatenated and send the output to the default output media. That is nothing but your monitor. Okay. Instead of this, okay, instead of sending this output to your default output media, you can send this output to a file as well. Okay. Let us see how to do that. Cat test1.txt space your second file, that is samp1. We are sending this output to a file using output redirect operator. Okay, this new file name is con.txt. I am giving some new name. Okay, that is con.txt. Now press enter and see the result. These two files are concatenated and the result of this file, these two files, I mean whatever the output of these two files, means the information of these two files are sent to a new file, that is con.txt. Now let us check whether this file is created or not. Okay, see here con.txt. Check what is there in this file, cat con.txt. So this is the file content. So we are here in this case we concatenated these two files information into a single file, that is con.txt. Okay, so we sent this output to a file. If you want to display it onto the screen, you can display. Okay, so it will take the information first from the first file. It will display the information of this file. After completing the information, you can, after completing the information, the second file gets starting displaying its output. The second file information will be displayed. Okay, so that you can concatenate these two. Okay, so this is concatenation of files. Okay, we'll discuss more about this command in the next session.